Hey everybody, Josh here with 308 Fishing. We've got something exciting. One of my favorite things to talk about today is a new bait. It's a hidden gem. It's a secret, well-kept secret really, because it's not available on the US market yet. It was introduced last fall, early winter for the ice fishing market. This is a bait that's only available in Canada and in Europe. So it's something that I'm excited to introduce to a lot of you for probably the first time. It is the new Rapala Jigging Shadow Wrap. You might be familiar with the old Shadow Wrap, which is a very successful line of jerk baits from Rapala. This is something that I've caught a lot of fish on in the past, and I was totally taken by surprise when Rapala announced that they were going to be coming out with the Rapala Jigging Shadow Wrap. Of course, you got to know that I was just crushed, being a glide bait fanatic, that these glide baits were not going to be available here in the US for this season. So I had to jump through some hoops, pull some strings, and find some of these available for sale. These are a great looking bait, 3.5 inches. They are 5/8 ounce. So they're a nice big profile, which is going to attract the fish, but with a slower darting action. So when the water's really cold, these things are going to shine with a little bit slower action. These are not going to be your summertime rip baits or your glide baits. These are not going to be intended for that. Will they catch fish? Probably, because they look so good and they're a Rapala. But I think these are going to be more intended towards your colder water months. So definitely intended as an ice bait, but of course, so is the original jigging wrap. This is a number 9 jigging wrap here, and you can see it size comparison wise to a number 9 jigging shadow wrap. Quite a bit of size difference between the two. There are a few other baits on the market like this. You're going to have the Walleye Nation Creations Rip and Glide. It's also a hard plastic body bait, and the Phantom Lures Tilly. So both of these are going to be in the larger sizes, which are going to compare to the Jigging Shadow Wrap. This is something that's going to be very unique. Like I said, there's only a couple companies that are out there that are doing a hard plastic body bait. It is still 5/8 of an ounce, but in that number 9 size, 9 centimeters long, it's going to be a little bit slower action. I can think of one time this fall where the bite was on fire with a glide bait. I was catching lots and lots of fish. And then the next day, some weather rolled in and the bite really slowed down. It took me a little bit of time to adjust to that bite and figure out that the glide bait bite didn't turn off. They were still hitting those jigging wraps, but they wanted something that was a little bit slower, a little bit wider action. They still wanted the darty action of a glide bait, but they wanted it a little bit slower. So this is going to be that slower bait. Of course, again, it is intended for the ice fishing market, but it comes in some great colors, but I think it's still going to kill in open water. It's going to be a great bait that's going to put a lot of fish in the boat. Something that I'm really excited to use this spring in this early season fishing. I didn't get these in time to try them out in open water before everything iced up around here. It looks like things are starting to open up around here, so I'm going to get these out here in the next week or so, give them a try. But they come in some really great colors. These are definitely going to be fish catching colors. So something that you need to keep an eye on if you got some friends north of the border that might be able to track you down some of these and send them your way. Definitely look into that. If you're able to make a trip up north yet this ice season and you've got some, if you can find some, pick them up. They're going to be really hard to find. The unique thing about this bait that I haven't seen anybody else doing on a production bait is a double split ring. That is something that is going to help reduce the twists of these heavy baits and having fish be able to toss them. I know some guys, I've done it myself, will actually do a braided line split ring. They'll actually tie their own split ring on here to keep the line twist down to keep the fish from being able to spit those baits. So something that's going to be really unique in the industry this year. Hopefully by the time this fall and this next ice season rolls around for the 2022 season, these are available in the U.S. But something that you're really going to want to keep an eye out for is the brand new Rapala Jigging Shadow Wrap. Check it out. I'm going to have a video up hopefully this spring of catching some fish on this bait. So look forward to it. Take care, guys.